So a special economic zone is an area within a host territory that has different policies than the rest of it. Instead of having territory-wide reforms, what you do is that you test out certain policies in an area to see if it works. It's kind of like a startup. Like a startup has a hypothesis that says, okay, I think this idea, people will be attracted to it and people will buy it. And that doesn't always work out. In fact, 90% of them, they fail. But even then, that demonstrates little information. And the ones that do succeed, they actually succeed pretty greatly. But it's important to have that experimentation process, and that doesn't really often happen in governance. And as a consequence, you kind of have this stagnation. You don't really have experimentation. You try the same old thing because it's pretty risky to try things. But if you try in a small area where the risk is smaller, especially in areas that aren't developed to begin with, there aren't established populations, what you can say is, well, if it's attractive, people will move there. You're not harming any people in that process. And if you find out that that policy doesn't work, you can just take it away. You can't really do that with the territory, and that's kind of the benefit of a special economic zone. It's nimble. It makes social sciences actually a science. The point of this is I'm not trying anything, outside groups aren't trying anything. The whole point is that Puerto Ricans should use this as a tool. Puerto Rican organizations should go ahead and do them. And in fact, if there's outside groups that are trying to establish a special economic zone, they should be stopped, first and foremost, because of special economic zone should be a way to continue autonomy and continue self-determination, not be a limit on it. I mean, the problems in Puerto Rico obviously happened before the hurricane, the debt crisis and the bad governance, especially after 2003. But the hurricane sort of laid it all bare by taking away everything that they had left. So now they need to find different options. And, it can't be the same old way. Now, it doesn't mean like, getting rid of old traditions or anything like that. Quite the opposite. It just means that they need to take places where they experiment with something rather than continue more of the same. And that needs to be led by Puerto Ricans. They don't try to speak the language, but cryptocurrency people, so this isn't all. A lot of them are good intention, but they didn't engage enough with the local population. They didn't speak the language. They didn't really look at the cultural context, and they didn't engage with the local groups. And because of that, there was blowback. But honestly, it is a really powerful technology. It might be overblown in certain aspects, but if it's explained to Puerto Ricans who are incredibly smart and educated, as mentioned before, I think they would see the benefits of it.